Alrighty, I have an exciting construction update for you guys today. We're going to go over Mindbuster, the Walk Behind the Falls, and AlpenFury. But before we get started with the construction update, we have launched tickets to our exclusive event, Coasters After Dark. So I'm going to briefly describe what the event is. So we're going to have an hour tour of AlpenFury. You'll get behind the scenes tour of AlpenFury from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. From 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. we'll have ERT, exclusive ride time on AlpenFury and the area, the rides around it. At 12 p.m. we'll have a private park Q&A with park officials where you could ask questions about AlpenFury. And then from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. we're going to have exclusive ride time for just our group on Leviathan and AlpenFury. That's 3 hours of AlpenFury ERT in the day and 2 hours on Leviathan. The other flat rides around AlpenFury will also be open from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. From 8 a.m. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning, the other rides around AlpenFury will be open, but from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., it'll just be Leviathan and AlpenFury. So it's a lot of exclusive ride time for a brand new roller coaster exclusive to this event on both May 28th and May 29th. We are selling tickets. You have to buy a ticket for each day. So if you want to go to both, which some people are doing, you have to buy a ticket for each day. I strongly suggest buying tickets to May 28th. May 29th is already above 50% sold out, which is okay. I've capped the event at 250 guests per day, so it won't get overcrowded, so everyone gets good exclusive ride time. But right now, May 29th is definitely way more sold out than May 28th. So if you want to spread it out, and by the way, I've displayed how many tickets are remaining, so you can see that on the link, which will be linked down below in the comments pinned and in the description of this video. So definitely go register. You're going to want to register quick because the event is selling out, and I am booking the event any day now. Anyways, let's get right into AlpenFury. So as you can see here, a lot of track is in the parking lot. Now, in a previous video, I did say I'm not quite sure if the track and all the supports are on site. I did think they were, but I wasn't fully sure. I do have confirmation that there are more track pieces literally on their way to the park right now as I speak. So there's more tracks still coming. A lot of the catwalks have arrived. So a lot of those kind of like nitty gritty pieces to AlpenFury are starting to arrive, as well as, some more track pieces. A lot of the supports are here. The next phase of construction for supports is definitely going to be the stall, the two elements that go over World Expo's globe. The launch pieces inside the mountain are complete. So those little cardboard boxes over those black pieces of track, that is the LSMs with the electrical components. The two track pieces there with the drive tires on them are for the transfer track and storage shed section inside the mountain. And that blue piece of track with the cardboard over it is that last little booster launch. Now, why haven't they installed that? It's because they have heavy-duty construction equipment like excavators and large dump trucks and other vehicles that need to pass through. Typically, when they build these roller coasters over paths, they're building them keeping in mind fire trucks. Some of these equipment pieces have long extendable arms and are much larger than fire trucks. So they've left that part of the ride not done yet. So that is one of the key factors into why they haven't started building those track pieces yet. Outside of that, as you see, they are grouping supports in areas to start construction to finish off the support structure of AlpenFury. Now, a lot of this ride is moving along quickly. Right there, that orange tarp in the mountain, that is that one massive footing to house the double inverting top hat. So that footing has been poured and it is now curing. They are using the really expensive concrete that is about 24 hours of cure time. You'll see proof of that in just a second. The catwalks have started to get installed on AlpenFury's brake run as well. And a lot of new supports in AlpenFury's Canada's Wonderland loop element have been installed as well. So as you see there, there's that funky one that'll house the inversion out of that Canada's Wonderland loop that then heads back towards Wonder Mountain. As you can see here, that is that complex footing structure with the complex the group of footings housing that pull out into the stalls that head towards the Canada's Wonderland loop. So as you can see there, they just poured it and they've already installed supports on top of it. So that is definitely that 24-hour expensive concrete, curing concrete that they have used to be able to install supports directly on top of that already. So definitely keeping in mind that they are trying to move as quickly as possible with this coaster, getting all the supports inside the park. And I expect next week to be a very rapid week in terms of erecting AlpenFury. As you see here on Wonder Mountain, they have started the actual tunnel structure. So you can see there the little wood panels. That is going to be the walls to the exit of the mountain, where the launch will then exit into the double inverting top hat. So they're about to pour the concrete for that part as well, and that is weatherproofing / creating that tunnel effect for AlpenFury. So that's really exciting to see it along that phase. As you see here in AlpenFury's station area, they have trenches. That is to house the actual building structure. You'll see a similar setup when they're building homes in a neighborhood or a suburb. It is also going to house the plumbing, electrical, and drainage of AlpenFury. So that is complete. It has been connected to the park infrastructure, and it is now sticking up out of the ground, ready to connect to other components of AlpenFury. So they are about to pour the foundation, essentially, that enclose a lot of that drainage, conduit, and plumbing for AlpenFury. As you can see here, there is a lot of rebar cages. That is for the trench as you enter Wonder Mountain on the north end of the mountain and hit AlpenFury's main launch. So that rebar is to build that trench in that area. There's the close-up of the catwalk installed on AlpenFury. There's a lot of rebar to still head into the mountain, as well as some concrete work right there with that extendable arm concrete machine. Outside of that, there has been no further actual track work done to AlpenFury, so no new pieces of track have been installed on AlpenFury. Unfortunately, just a lot of support work and a lot of infrastructure work done on AlpenFury. The weather did hold them back, but now with the beautiful weather, it's going to be full steam ahead, especially next week. It's going to be really warm. So they'll be able to knock a lot of this ride out in the next week. So I expect a lot of work to be going on this next week on AlpenFury. So really excited to see that. Again, here's just a better shot of AlpenFury's little exit. And you can see almost like a little catwalk area right there where the ride's going to exit. So that's probably where maintenance will go, be able to look at the ride. If anything, they need to look up there. So that's really cool. And yeah, so definitely really excited to see this ride progress over the next 3 weeks. I'm going to make a really aggressive, take this with a grain of salt, don't believe it at all, prediction and say that there's a chance that maybe they can knock this ride out by the first week of April. So by the end of the first week of April, maybe AlpenFury will be done vertical construction. Knock on wood. That is a very aggressive prediction with no backing behind it. But outside of that, not much work left in terms of supports. I know if you look in the parking lot, it looks like there's a lot of supports. That's because of this, the funky complex support structure for those two elements that will pass over the World Expo globe coming out and heading in to the Canada's Wonderland loop. That is right here before your eyes. Outside of that, there is some exciting development in terms of the walk back attraction or the walk back path behind Wonder Mountain's Falls. So with that in mind, there have been signs. There is a sign of some contractors working on the behind the falls pathway behind Wonder Mountain, behind the falls of Wonder Mountain. So that's really exciting, but I want you guys to take that with a really big grain of salt. This is not coming from any inside information or inside knowledge. This is coming from what I'm seeing on the drone in the AlpenFest area. So it could be as simple as drainage, anything like that. But I thought, with the money that they have right now and trying to restore the history of Canada's Wonderland, that it's a pretty fair prediction to, maybe think that they're going to restore that quick little path behind the falls for guests. And that's why Wonderland put those two little symbols on those doors on the either end to symbolize, that that was something to do with the plans for 2025. So that's just my prediction, but again, take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, that would be really exciting. Would you guys like to see that return to the to Canada's Wonderland, the Behind the Falls walk? I think it's a very simple project for Canada's Wonderland to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Now, before we get into Mindbuster, I wanted to let you guys know that to definitely go buy your tickets, as we, again, are already above 50% sold out for May 29th. And about 35% sold out for the entire event already. And that is just Patreon sales. So, yeah. With Mindbuster, they have started to install those cross beams on Mindbuster's track, so it's definitely starting to look a lot more finished now. I know it's missing the steel tracks that they're going to install on top of that wood, but definitely really excited to check out this ride when it opens and experience Mindbuster as a gravity group kind of conversion, half conversion. And yeah, so I couldn't be more excited to see one of Canada's Wonderland's Woodies be converted into a gravity group, and the shaping on it definitely looks a lot better. So super excited to check it out. Anyways, thanks so much for watching today's construction update. Again, go to the link down in the comment section down below or in the description and buy your tickets ASAP. I have a cap on how many people can attend the event, so once it's sold out, it is sold out. And definitely check out May 28th. And if you're up for it, check out the t-shirts for the event. They're really cool. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good one. Bye.